Yo, what's up, crew? How's it going today? It's good to see you guys. Welcome to part 2 of the Destiny Into the Light developer stream. We're just going to hang out and just check this out. And the post said it's probably going to be like 30 minutes to an hour long, so I guess we'll see how long it actually is. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Uh, hey, what's up, Coffee? How you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. How are you? But this already started. We're only like maybe 2 minutes late, so we're just going to jump right into this. Just let me know if the audio is too quiet or not.
Good morning.
Back a minute.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, good day, and good time zone to you.
Looks like it's registering a little quiet.
To our second of 3 live streams to go ahead and talk about what's going to be coming with Destiny 2 Into the Light on April 9th.
All right, just let me know if that's good.
What you're about to see is available to all players, just as was everything last week when we went ahead and had a chance to go ahead and walk through Onslaught. Now, today we've obviously got a few topics that we touched on last week. We got a new social space to go ahead and check out. We're going to look at some rewards, obviously, and maybe an up-close and personal look at the Brave Arsenal. But of course, I'm not the only one who's going to be talking through it.
Hey, that's decent coffee. Try to get a new update.
Development team, and I'm going to go ahead and go on down the line and introduce them. If you were here last week, you obviously recognize his face, but Tom Farnsworth, Senior Design Lead, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, yeah. And a little bit about myself here. I've been at Bungie for about 12 years, maybe a little longer. It's been a while.
A decade plus.
And obviously there's some stuff we're going to be looking at today that's kind of like full circle.
Yeah.
With, the Space Tiger logo.
Yep.
And
Hopefully there's new game footage too.
And I've been fortunate to, I was able to place the Kovastov way back in Cosmo for y'all to pick
They played some of that new game mode in the last stream. Pretty cool.
Foundations are stronger than heroes is a big team effort, but there's a few things that I'm really had a chance to work and proud to interact with players. And then there's some things I'm a little more infamous for, like placing the drop pods and Homecoming.
Drop pods?
So follow him on Twitter, let him know how you thought about that. Right.
And then over the past few years, I've been working on seasons and things like the 30th and Into the Light as a creative lead.
Awesome.
Wonder if this can be like new story content.
Someone who's played a lot of it. Excited to go ahead and dive in more with even more of it today. And of course, also we're joined by Chris Proctor, Senior Design Lead here at Bungie. Chris, for the fine folks at home who may not have heard you on a podcast,
But just let me know if their audio is good.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Bungie?
Yeah, Andy, thanks. Yeah, I joined Bungie 4.5 years ago as weapons feature lead for Destiny 2. So a bunch of Destiny releases. This will be my 17th with Into the Light.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's one of the designers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be cool. We obviously have a lot of stuff to talk through with the Brave Arsenal today, and greatest hits, I think, is probably...
Don't really know too much about the Destiny team, not gonna lie.
Last but very not least, down at the end, the one and only Kelsey Rice, systems designer here at Bungie. Kelsey, how you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing great.
All right, well,
Thanks for having me.
obviously the third verse, same as the second and the first. For the folks at home who may not know you or know anything about your work, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Bungie?
Yes, I'd love to. First, yes, I'm a systems designer at Bungie. I've been here for about 2.5 years.
Well, she's a programmer?
I work on a lot of fun
Is that
stuff,
what that means?
like quests and pursuits and progressions, a lot of like spreadsheet design, which I
The
really love.
fabric that holds all of our adventures together, honestly.
Yes.
Very exciting. Well, obviously you've had a big hand Into the Light as well today. We're going to go ahead and dive into that here in just a bit. But before we go ahead and dive on, is there anything you guys are excited about today?
I love how this room is just filled with Destiny 2 merch.
Rather than just tell?
You can buy in their store.
Show it is.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and dive on in. Dive on in, rather. So we're going to start off. We have a brand new social space, the Hall of Champions, that we're going to go ahead and check on out. Kelsey, shall you?
Hall of
Kelsey's the one who's
Champions, okay.
responsible for taking us through that. So shall you return to the throne world, obviously, and dive on in?
Bring me your tithes.
Perfect, excellent. That's right. There are tithes to be gathered. Now, while we're on the way, Tom, Hall of Champions.
Okay, so we're actually
is a
getting game
brand new
footage, I
social space
think.
here in
That's
Destiny
decent.
2. Where is this? Where are we gonna where's this place been? Why are we checking it out now?
So Shax has carved out just a little bit of the backstage of the tower.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a few little fun nods here to Destiny history.
Yep. All right, we're looking at it now on screen.
Yeah, we've got Kelsey on screen here. We got SweepyBot, and this is actually the lead up to the Hall of Champions.
Funny,
This
it's
is
the
what we keep it
Halloween
all the time.
tree.
There's an off season.
All the
for
Christmas
a lot of the holiday
designs.
events.
Yeah, little pile of
And,
snow.
This is like the storage room.
Yeah, there's a little snow there. There's some greenery.
This is interesting. All right, so we found a bit of the storage.
Probably gonna
room to a
change as
degree.
seasons
So
go.
He's carved out space maybe that has been hiding in plain view potentially for other sweeper pots or red jacks around the tower.
And there's some stuff from the Onslaught, this ADU.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Some little-
That's pretty cool.
Noah put it here himself.
No, and all the space like if we just
Team
take a
play's
listen-
not final. Yeah, I
There
figured.
we go. Here's the Champions Hall.
Here
the
we
Hall of
go.
Champions.
All right, so this is the Hall of Champions.
And just like Zur kind of carved out Eternity for the 30th anniversary, Shaxx has kind of set this space aside for us and Into the Light, where all your armor, your weapons, your rewards. This is going to be a
Those different altars, that said.
Excellent, awesome. All right, well, Kelsey, can you go ahead and show us a little bit? We're going to go ahead and walk up here. We see a whole bevy of chests, actually. Let's go ahead and start there. What are we looking
what's
at?
all
How do
this?
we go ahead and start cracking these open, rather?
Yeah, so as you can see, this space is just full of chests. As you can see here, all the class icons on the floor, a little bit like 30th. You can come here to redeem this currency, trophies of bravery. That you're
okay,
gonna earn from
gotcha.
completing Onslaught and from playing the broad game in Destiny. So all of these trophies here, if you progress your hype with Shaxx, you'll be able to spend them here at all these chests to get a really cool set of armor. I can pull open my character.
Yeah, for all the different
Looks
classes.
like on the Hunter.
That's right. Also, too, so for the folks at home,
that's kinda cool.
We went ahead and mentioned this as well online, but as a quick reminder, this is actually an armor
Those
set
new
that's
weapons, new ghost
inspired
shells.
by year 1 of Destiny 2. Tom, this is
Inspired by
the
year 1,
parade
that's pretty
armor set,
cool.
I believe is what we're referring to it as.
So like it's the D2 Year 1 parade.
Hey, what's up,
armor.
Yasmin?
right.
How's it
Yeah,
going
yeah.
today, bro?
Had it in Homecoming. It's kind of a classic set. We're again like full circle here with
Yeah.
we were like beginning the Destiny 2 saga.
Really
there,
want to see
now
what the
we're
Titan
kinda,
armor looks like.
You know, ending the fight here. We're getting ready to take the fight to the Witness, and Shaxx has got this iconic set of armor. We're calling it the Parade Armor 2.0.
Yeah.
And
This season or
everyone
whatever
can
this is going to be, I don't think it's going to be a
available to all
season.
players.
No, this is going to be
And,
wild.
There's some other cosmetics we can show off here that kind of play with it too.
Very nice. And also, too, for folks out there, we have the Hunter
What's
here.
that gold
Actually,
chest to
can
the
you
left?
check out the armor set one more time?
Yeah.
For the folks at home. Also, too, so this is an up-close and personal look, obviously, at this armor set.
Let's see
which
the
will be
other sets,
available
for the other
to everyone that
classes.
goes ahead and jumps into the light. Also, too, there's a Titan set and a Warlock set, we should also say. That you can go ahead and see in the key art as well, but obviously this will be arriving on April 9th, so you'll get a chance to go ahead and go hands-on. But yeah, it's looking fresh, honestly. I wouldn't be upset to go ahead and don that armor. Oh boy,
Yeah,
and
it's
there's some
really
others.
interesting, like setting.
Yeah, I
all
really
this-
want to see the Titan now.
We're working on all this stuff because we were kind of waiting to finally see that set, and finally being able to equip it in game was just such a cool experience.
Yeah, honestly. All right, so we're obviously equipped. We've got an armor set that we're going to go ahead and be chasing.
Oh, I hope they don't
around,
put zombies in
we're
Destiny
now
3.
hanging out with Shaxx, and is that our site over there as well?
Yes, that is our site. And one last chest I want to point out here.
Oh,
too.
please.
This
Yeah, they're
one
working
is
on
a
all
really
kinds of
hub
stuff for the
just
continuation of this game
grinding out
for the next
weapons.
few years.
So, those trophies that you'll be collecting with Shaxx, you can just keep redeeming them here, and you'll be able to get all your guns here. And this one here is we're bringing back the Gift of the Thunder Gods. So if you need to catch up on your power level to make sure that you're like ready to hop,
Oh, that's
right
kinda
in,
cool.
something you can do as well.
That's right. And honestly, it's again, as a reminder, this is available to all players. And so if you've got any friends.
Okay,
that
so
maybe
this
aren't quite
content's
that
free for
powerful,
everyone
so
then. That's
actually,
pretty
to
sick.
double check. This will bring folks up to the powerful cap, was it?
Powerful, not
So if you guys don't play Destiny, when this comes out, this would be a
Friends that
great
wanna
time
go
to
ahead
jump
and
in.
dive right alongside you, even if they maybe haven't played, very much recently. They got a chance to go ahead and just catch right up.
They'll be ready.
Be
I already know I'm going to be playing this like crazy.
Perfect.
I'll need people to join me,
let's go ahead
so
and talk to Shaxx, actually,
you guys
to
are more
start.
than welcome to
So
come hang out.
How are we going to be working with Shaxx? Obviously, he's opened up his Den of Antiquities to us. But Kelsey, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we need to pull out all the stops in defeating the Witness. So Shaxx has opened up his brave arsenal for us. And as you can see, Shaxx is really like the shining star of this area. I've been kind of panning by all these hollow Shaxxes that line the space, which I'll be happy to talk about in a moment.
Oh yes.
But yeah, let's go talk to him and see what he's got.
Yeah, Yashin, this is live.
So
This is
over the
their
course, Into the
developer
Light,
live
as
stream
you
they're doing
earn
for the new
reputation
content that's
with
coming
him,
out.
You're going to be able to progress and get all this cool stuff. One thing in
I'm assuming those
particular I
circle things are
wanna point out,
tokens.
Interesting.
This
What is that?
key.
A super black key. Is that what I'm seeing over there, Kelsey?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I wonder where that goes.
Is that for a special chest?
Maybe people that are D1 vets potentially from back in the day might remember this. Is this what's this symbiote we're looking back here?
Yeah, right now it's pretty powerful. It's in containment, but if you keep playing Into the Light, you'll be able to get access to the keys you need to unlock this.
Oh, what is that? Is that a new subclass?
So good. All right. So obviously, too, yes, as a reminder.
I doubt it's a new
everyone, so one
subclass,
of
but
the
that'd be
ultimate rewards
wild.
Available through this will indeed be the return of the Super Black Shader. It's back, finally. It's back. There's probably some song lyrics to go along with that. I couldn't tell you what they are, but I will say to the Destiny Fashion subreddit, we are prepared for you to go ahead and take this on wholesale. So actually, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and just equip Super Black and give it a look really quickly.
Oh, no way. That's so sick.
Chat, how do you feel? Come on.
I want
It does
that.
not get much better than that.
That's wild. We're finally getting like an all-black
Yeah.
shader.
So
That's
Shax is
crazy.
obviously going to be there to help us get rewards. In addition to the Brave Arsenal and the armor, Super Black is waiting for us. So tell us a little bit about Arsight as well. Actually, he's I'm not sure if many people in the chat
Who's
know
that?
him. He's usually lived in lore entries, but let's go ahead and get a look
That
at see what we're
Shackbot?
going to be working with him on.
Yeah. So our site has a lot of quests for us, and we did some pretty interesting things, in my opinion, with
Okay, so he's got weapon
some of the quests you can
quests
pick up
and
on Our
bounties.
site, they're going to unlock a couple
Kinda
things. They
sick.
also have very fun puns that we had a lot, a lot of fun working on. For every single
May not have heard you
Oh,
on a
I
podcast.
should not have done that.
uh,
My
About you.
bad.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what
I
you do?
pushed
here
the
at
wrong
Bungie?
button.
Yeah, handy, thanks. Yeah, I joined Bungie 4.5
Sorry
years
about that,
ago
guys.
as weapons feature lead for Destiny.
Once you've completed the quest for that weapon, you're going to be able to unlock access to that weapon dropping as rewards. But there's two other really cool things.
There you go. That's better. I was trying to switch the screen on there.
One, we have these special limited edition appearances for the Brave Arsenal.
Yeah.
So completing these quests, you're going to get a guaranteed, curated copy of these limited edition weapons.
Excellent.
Which I
Yeah, they don't do character skins. They do like armor pieces and stuff.
And you'll unlock a
And then
channel
like
just
shaders to change the colors.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's take a look at some of these.
So here's a look, of course. Obviously, for the folks at home, they may remember this one. I get a hunch that chat obviously is getting a little excited, but
That's pretty
I know,
cool.
it's so excited. The mountaintop has
I
returned.
like the shader on that.
So this
Clean.
is a quick look at the mountaintop. Obviously, Chris, we're going to dive in more with the whole Brave Arsenal in a little bit, but this is, I believe she touched on the limited edition versions of these, the ornaments that exist on there. Can you tell us a little bit about what
Oh, these are
limited
for the
edition
special edition. Don't
variants
tell me that's the only way to
of
get the
these
black
are that are
shader.
available over the course of Into the Light.
Sure, yeah. So the
That'll be
Arsenal
very
weapons we got
depressing.
from Onslaught, and we're talking a little bit about attunement and whatnot here. There is a
Is
low
the audio good for
chance
this, though?
that one will drop
Can you guys
a
hear that okay?
limited edition variant, which comes pre-equipped with a super shiny ornament that's
Yeah.
locked to that weapon.
Yeah.
So the its transit here is the limited
Yeah, that gold's
edition
really nice on
variant.
that.
These are kind of exotic levels of fancy.
Yeah.
So you can't apply shaders to the ornaments. You have to remove the ornament first.
Got it.
The ornaments will only
That's
be
pretty fire.
available up until the final shape launches.
Yeah.
Or the limited edition.
That's like everyone's
Makes
favorite
sense.
sword in the game.
base versions will
Gold's getting a new reskin.
So this is the ultimate I was there version with the limited edition on there, but other than that, after the final shape launches, people will still be able to get these weapons and keep farming for them.
Yeah, there's like they have super cool visuals. They drop with double perks in both trait columns, but they don't have any other gameplay differences.
You're just
So
going
if you've got
through,
a
showing
great
off all the guns.
Base weapon, you don't need to go and
Yeah,
get.
just cosmetic.
This power level 1830. Is that the cap right now? I thought
We'll be
the
able to test these out in a
cap
little
was
bit.
like
So,
18, 20,
obviously,
and
we're gonna
10.
go through all of these here in just a bit. Chat, there's a taste of just a few. We're glad that you get a chance to go ahead and check it out. But also too, for the folks that want to go ahead and farm these rolls out.
Yeah,
Kelsey,
facts,
we can just
Kelsey.
mention-
Coffee. I also
tell us a
missed
little bit more
D1.
about that before we move on.
Yes, I'd love to. So, one cool
Good
thing
old
that
days.
you can do when completing these weapon quests, once they're available at our site, is attune to a
Cloud's
weapon.
Buster Sword?
So
Yeah,
let's say
true. It
there's
does
a
kinda
weapon
look like
you
that, doesn't
really
it?
want to drop. You can bend luck in your favor and make it more likely for that weapon to appear. So, for example, I can do that now.
What are you doing, lady?
Let's do Recluse.
Yeah.
So,
Chat seems to be pretty hyped on Recluse.
so if you're looking around, you'll see there's all of these shaxes everywhere, which we just had an absolute blast working with and coming up with.
Look really
and
cool.
Once you've unlocked attunement, you can just freely do this at any time. You can change your attunement any time. You can choose which weapon has a higher chance of dropping. So I'm going to do that now. Okay.
There we go.
Got our thumbs up. We're
Get
good.
the affirmation from Shax. Never hurts.
Yeah.
That's pretty
always
sweet.
use more affirmations from
It never hurts, honestly. He shouts them very effectively, I might add.
Yes. So yeah. At any point, you can just visit another one. I could even just go and, unattune and reattune to my heart's content. Just once you've unlocked it, you can do that at any time. So yeah, pick your favorites that you want to chase, and you'll have a much higher chance of getting them.
Excellent. All right. Obviously, the Hall of Champions has a lot in store. There's even more, obviously, chat than is even here, but we see what you're saying in chat. I feel the electricity in the air. I should also note one more thing. You should all go out and farm with impunity to go ahead and get the roles you want, ultimately, because with the arrival of the final shape, we'll indeed be adding 100 more vault slots. So go out there.
Oh, that's cool.
Grab the
They're
rolls,
finally adding
27
vault space.
Transit, and hold on to them until you get a chance to Google which one has the god.
Took 'em
roll.
long enough.
All up to you, but we just wanted to let you know that with the
Oh,
arrival
what's
of the
that?
final shape, you'll be getting 100 more vault slots. So go ahead and dive on in and grab whatever you want to go ahead and chase. Excellent. All right.
Oh, that makes it so you can get a higher
This is
chance of getting what
solid
you want.
tour
Okay,
of
yeah,
the
she
Hall
was
of
saying that
Champions.
already.
I think maybe at this point we go ahead and start diving on in with the Brave Arsenal. Tom, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'll hop in. Let's.
They're gonna start talking about guns and stuff, I
some lost
think.
sectors.
There we go. Excellent.
Yeah.
We got some demos to run as well. All right, everyone. So this is as a quick look at the Hall of Champions as well. Now we're going to go ahead and dive on in and look at the Brave Arsenal. Now, Chris,
Okay.
obviously you
Yeah,
were
they're gonna talk about the
intrinsically
weapons.
involved with kind of setting this whole thing up, with building the Brave Arsenal, deciding what was out there.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you guys landed?
Yeah, I wish I
on
could be playing this
iconic
after stream,
set of
Ashwin.
Destiny
I
weapons for Into the
don't think
Light?
this is out yet.
Yeah,
I think
we'll
it's
have
coming
our
in like a couple
favorite
weeks or
weapons
something like that.
internally, and wanted to make sure that we delivered on a ton of nostalgia.
I think they'll say at the end of the
for,
stream.
Destiny 2 weapon set.
Yeah.
If you look on Reddit or Twitter.
After this stream, I'm probably gonna go
hundreds
play
of
the new
weapons
South
that
Park
is
game.
really-
It just
we
came
had
out
to narrow it
today.
down to 12. It's like we couldn't reasonably fit any more into the activity.
Yeah.
We couldn't necessarily afford to make many more than that.
Here we go.
So it's yeah, a whole set of weapons from.
Right, yeah, we're getting
across,
into the weapons now.
Destiny's history. A few recent ones. Most of them are from.
Really only care about the auto rifles, to be
Those
honest.
have been terrorized by Blast Furnace and the Crucible. It's back now.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, Tom, let's go ahead and just kind of walk through these. Let's go ahead and take us at a hung jury I see next as well.
Sure, I can just. Do you want me to?
Okay,
I'll just
start with the
mouse
blast.
over. I'm here. Blast furnace, hung jury,
Jury returns as well.
session.
For anyone that hasn't had a chance to dive into Deep Stone Crypt, they can get
Is there no auto
weapon
rifle?
as well.
Yeah, I should just touch on Succession. And there's,
Yeah, please.
Forbearance in there as well. But these are fairly recent weapons, but they are, by default, you have to own the release that those raids came out in. So you have to own Beyond Light if you want to get Succession. You have
Right.
to own Witch Queen if you want to get Forbearance.
Yeah.
The Onslaught versions of these weapons, or the Brave Arsenal versions, are available to all players. So you
Yeah,
can
facts, yeah,
chase
man. Signature is so fun. I love it.
raw power of a raid weapon.
Yeah. Which honestly, once you get Succession in your hands, suddenly everything feels so alive. Like it's like a ton of bricks.
Oh, they
Let's
finally
see,
brought
we
that
also have-
game to
there we
Steam
go,
Coffee.
Midnight Coup.
That's
For
decent.
anyone who watched last week, thank you, Noah, as well, for going ahead and showing this off. Midnight Coup.
What is
obviously
that?
makes
A
it
hand
incredibly
cannon? It's kind of goofy
triumphant.
looking, but kind of cool.
Actually, can you adjust it just so it shows the waves in the shader, Tom? There we go.
There we go.
That never gets old, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty
Harkens
nice.
back to one of my favorite
I don't
types
really
of
use
light
hand
armor.
cannons though.
Excellent. All right, so we have a full list here. So we've gone over all
Not
of
really
the
my kind of
primary
thing.
slot. Let's go ahead and move on down to the green ammo selection as well. Obviously, Recluse chat, you've all noticed that. We're just as happy that it's back as you are.
There's an SMG.
let's go ahead and
Still
take a
not
look at
seeing
what
an
else we
auto
got in
rifle
store.
though. Another hand
Of
cannon.
course. Actually, in particular with Luna's Howl, I know we were talking about this a little bit earlier, but these weapons are not necessarily their previous state, just kind of held in stasis. But you guys have brought them forward with new perks. You've kind of done some redesigns as well.
Okay, so it's not just the original versions. They're basically like reamped versions.
As well.
Yeah, in its original shipping form, that was way too strong because it would let you two-tap a Guardian in PvP incredibly
Pretty
fast with
decent.
the perk up,
Yeah.
180 RPM. So we've brought Luna's Howl forward as a 140 RPM hand cannon, but it retains the precision frame, so it's super easy to control the recoil.
Yeah.
We've also redesigned the Magnificent Howl perk,
Mm-hmm.
so that now lets you build up stacks of super bullets, a little bit reminiscent of Hawkmoon,
Yeah.
with precision final blows.
Yeah, I think I know what
And unleash those
what challenge you're talking
bullets,
about,
so you
Coffee.
can get
I didn't even bother with that
a
one.
little bit more effort.
Yeah.
That was the one for the Ace of Spades, I believe, right?
Yeah. Got to bide your time and actually land those headshots.
Yeah.
I'm saying that mostly to myself in the mirror. As I
think I
get
still
upset
have that
over
challenge
using
to this
another round of
day.
Trials, but
So we had two hand cannons in this release, Midnight Coup and Luna's Howl.
that's right. Yeah.
We assigned those to two different designers.
Yeah.
And there's a competition going on to see which one is more popular or is more effective.
Oh, really?
So
Everyone out there in chat right now should let us know which one of those two ends up being their favorite.
Yep.
We have an actual debt to settle internally here by the sounds of it. Which one do you think is going to win, Chris?
It took you almost a year to
I'm
do.
biased.
Little biased?
Yeah, I'm never probably
minimum
gonna never bother with it, to be
minimum
honest.
and raid still in my vault.
Oh, yeah.
I'm deeply attached to that weapon.
Fair enough. All right.
I don't see a point if I'm never gonna use it, you know.
Also, Elsie's. So actually, here's a cool one as well.
Yeah.
This is no longer the Stranger's rifle. This is Elsie's rifle now.
Yeah, Elsie's no longer a stranger.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, this is a really iconic Destiny 1 weapon that everyone who played through the Destiny 1 campaign would have acquired as the Stranger's rifle. It's come forward with as close to its original feel as we could manage.
I'm looking at something on Twitter, not Twitter, on Twitch right now.
A ton of cool new traits. It's
'Cause,
really very, very strong.
You can get what's it called?
Yeah.
Pulse rifle. It's running
Emblems for
3
watching
line
this.
rounds,
If you're watching on Twitch.
Oh, yeah.
which we made for Bolt of Glass.
Yeah.
The D2 version, which harks back to the original perks on the Stranger's rifle in D1 as well.
And this one already looks filthy, if I might say, with Zen Moment and Desperado on there. Like that's.
Desperado, yeah.
Apparently I
Did the
have
room get colder? Or
connect
what is
my
that?
account.
Honestly. And also too, so there's a new. Actually, as long as we're there, Tom, if you wouldn't mind actually opening that back up, there's a new origin trait, pardon me, as well on these.
Yeah,
Hey, that's too much work for me to do that right now.
Ability trait, final blows with a light subclass equipped Grant Grenade Energy, and with a dark subclass equipped Grant.
I think I'm just pretty good in Gambit. That's good at
So
least.
you get like that sort of duality. And
Let me pull up this over here actually, because I think I have their stream up
Yep.
Excellent. All right, Tom, let's go ahead and keep checking out. What else do we have in store here?
here.
Forbearance as well. So this is you were talking about, obviously getting that taste of raid weapons.
Yeah.
How did you guys go ahead and bring Forbearance forward also too into the light? Like, what did you add new perks into the pool, or what did you guys end up doing to kind of retain that classic feel?
Yeah, so we wanted it to feel like
Trying to see if I can
version, but with slightly
claim any of this at
perks.
all.
So the perk pools are fairly similar, but with a couple of spicy additions. So you'll notice Disruption Break left column on a waveframe grenade launcher, super strong.
Yeah.
It's not something that you get on the original
That'd
version.
be disgusting.
Yeah, but it's got all of the old classics.
Don't
It's got
think
the-
I can on
the,
here.
Indomitability origin trait instead of the Soul Drinker trait, and that's the same is true of any other weapons which had already shipped with origin traits.
Yeah.
These new guns look pretty sick though, not gonna lie.
And of course, I think that was that a limited edition ornament.
Guarantee they're gonna be game breaking.
Yeah,
base
just
and
look at the.
Oh, let's take a look.
between the two.
There
That's
we
pretty
go.
cool.
That's again the ultimate. I
Pretty
was
clean.
there. As you go ahead and begin your showdown with the witness, with the arrival of the final shape, doesn't hurt to have one of these sitting on your hip. Obviously, to go ahead and make a statement the moment you walk into the room.
Yeah, and this one is the curated version. The natural drops of the limited edition variants do have double
Perk up? That's right. Yeah. Excellent. And of course, our beloved Edge Transit.
Yeah,
Couldn't
when
keep
we
it
were-
away if we wanted to.
When we were looking at the
Can't figure out how to
weapons, like we wanted to bring forward some of
connect
the
this.
strongest weapons from Forsaken.
Yeah.
But he has like fond memories of blasting away raid bosses with that transit.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. There's amazing memes associated with this weapon.
Yeah.
We actually brought it forward as one of the strongest heavy ammo grenade launchers.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were talking about that earlier. You're saying this one just hits like an absolute ton of bricks now.
Oh yeah, you can see some of the perks there. It's pretty wild.
I don't really use grenade launchers honestly.
Looking pretty good. This
I bet that
obviously
one's
my
pretty good.
My loadout. My Void one specifically, but I'm also picky about that kind
I don't
of
know,
thing.
never really been a fan
All
of
right, what else do we
grenade
have
launchers.
here in this bottom row? The one and
Not really my
only
thing.
Falling Guillotine. Now, actually, one thing that you mentioned as we were kind of talking about this earlier as well that was kind of cool is this is also going to be probably the first sword outside of those available in Crota's End, I believe, that has sword logic on it as well.
Yeah.
Oh
that's
really?
cool.
It's gonna have sword logic? That's
Great
pretty cool.
opportunity to put that perk on something that isn't from that raid, and
Yeah.
a little bit earlier than we would normally put.
That's not bad.
Perks onto a new weapon.
Yeah. I'm also going to
Seems
echo
like-
chat here for a second. Is that Eager Edge I see on there?
That is an eager edge. Yeah,
Okay.
it'll only be the
What does that do?
second sword outside.
Oh, that's the
of,
really good perk that everyone loves on it.
Anniversary.
Yeah.
To have access to
It
that.
would
trait.
basically just be the Slammer and then the Falling Guillotine
Yeah,
from... Yeah, that's it. That's exciting.
I believe I still have my original one of
And
those.
This one has,
It has
the
that perk
classic
on
boy
still.
perk, combo of repulsive
That gun's
rays,
great.
Yeah.
Destabilizing rounds. It's good fun, and a lot of other strong.
It just doesn't get old, honestly.
Or not
Yeah.
gonna, that sword, my bad.
And then, of course, we're also joined by the Hammerhead. Hammerhead, honestly. It's as long as you're dipping your toe into the world of the Black Armory, this is obviously one that has to come
Ooh,
forward.
alright.
Everyone's favorite legendary machine gun.
Yeah, seriously.
You can't go past it.
It just from the sound to the rate of fire, everything about it just is one that lives on in my memories and my dream.
Aim
journals,
assistance
honestly,
is
At this point.
pretty up there, not gonna lie.
This is looking fantastic.
And the recoil
All
is
so
not
we
too
have a
bad.
whole cast
That might be
here.
a pretty good
Tom,
weapon to
you've
use.
got some loadouts set up. You've got some lost sectors that you're going to go ahead and start diving in on. I vote you go in there and start tearing it up.
Okay, he's actually gonna test these weapons as well. That's pretty decent.
The classic Mountaintop Recluse combo here.
Yeah.
And there's some new stuff with Mountaintop too, where you can rocket jump.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm so glad we got to that point this early because one of the things that was really cool about sort of seeing this development process behind the scenes was, obviously one of the core tenets was to make sure that you're
Yeah, that thing
retaining the
slaps.
classic feel of these weapons and kind of what made them so great to begin with. But you've kind of done some redesigns and expanded even just on the loot pool, or pardon me, on the perk pool rather. How did you guys kind of go about the process of sort of rebuilding these weapons for this modern era of Destiny?
Yeah, I mean,
I need to go back and play Destiny. It's been a hot minute.
Into the sort of modern Destiny because it was just way too strong in both PvP.
It's been almost a
and
month
PvE.
since I played.
In PvP, it was like a pretty unpleasant meta when Mountaintop was part of it.
Liking the SMG so far.
We definitely didn't want it to be able to one-hit.
Not bad.
Even with the direct hit in PvP anymore.
Fair.
So we've reduced that a little bit. But we also saw how excited people were for the Danger Zone rocket launcher perk, launching you into the air. So
tearing it up.
Part of the base behavior of the new micro missile frame grenade launcher intrinsic. So it do super low self damage and give yourself.
Would say I go play Destiny after this, but I definitely got to go play that South Park game.
The Team Fortress 2 soldier mains are just suddenly dusting off their rocket launchers in real time right now, obviously. So obviously too is going ahead and adding just not only to the perk pool but kind of the intrinsic feel of these weapons.
Like they said, this
Were there
is
any
all going to be
others in
like free
particular that you guys
content and
were working on
stuff.
where you're like, yes, this is
So this would be a great time to
Obviously,
jump into
like,
Destiny if you guys
is
haven't
there
yet.
Anything else in that pool that feels like it was really kind of
Especially since the game's free to play
for these
now.
weapons?
I think Blast Furnace is a good example because the Black Armory version rolled with scopes, which, like, everyone would just pick the best scope. Like, internally, we felt like the Rasmussen ISA scope was, like, by far the best. Really, really clean.
Yeah.
And with the changes to damage fall-off on weapons, zoom doesn't matter that much anymore anyway.
Yeah.
So it comes pre-equipped with that scope geometry, but it can roll barrels.
You just speedrun this
All the
little
benefits of stats.
Lost
Stats are
Sector right now.
reduced.
Yeah.
But you have that classic scope geo.
Actually, also too, to channel chat one more time, as a quick heads up as well, these weapons, while they won't be craftable, they are going to be enhanceable. Is that correct?
Correct, yeah. So these weapons will retroactively be enhanceable when the final shape comes out. So any drops that you get during this initial period, you'll be able to enhance them.
Excellent. Okay, so you want to make sure to really hold on to those god rolls that Light.gg went ahead and told you about. Yeah.
Right. And it's a good thing they're expanding
you've
the
swapped
vault
your loadout now?
space.
Is
I
this
couldn't
Blast Furnace
think
this
of the
year?
word.
Yeah, you were just talking about Blast Furnace, so I thought I'd hop over to it.
It's thematic, yeah.
Nice and smooth, like it always was.
I have
Kelsey,
way
actually,
too much
on
stuff in
your
my
side,
storage space as it
obviously,
is.
having this new tapestry
I'd go
of the
through and make
world
some
was
room here
super
soon.
exciting. As you kind of went ahead and sort of hatched
probably
your
do a whole
plans
stream on that
how you go
alone.
about getting these, kind of what role did these weapons play, I guess, in the overall reward structure?
Yeah, of course. So we wanted the rewards of this release to be all about the weapons. I mean,
Yeah.
the shining stars, they're awesome. I saw people were asking a little bit about what we're going to be getting from Onslaught.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chests in there, and every single chest has a weapon in it, and all of
That's
those
pretty
chests
decent.
can
Lots of new loot.
can react to attunement. So if you attune to a weapon, anytime you see a chest, it's going to happen. So
Excellent.
every set, not every wave, that'd be crazy. Every set, there's a chest with a weapon in it. If you do it at higher difficulty, there are 2 chests. They both have weapons in them. And if you keep the ADU alive throughout the entirety of Onslaught, there's another bonus chest available. So you can get a lot if you just
Okay,
leave
so there's
yourself
gonna be
kick in and
a
get
ton of
all the way
chests,
through there,
basically,
keep
is
the
what she's
ADU
saying.
up. There's a lot of guns to be had.
So those folks who are
Lots
going
and
to
lots of
the
guns.
Legend 50-wave version of Onslaught
All the
are going to
guns.
be well rewarded for those efforts. I'm asking partially for myself, obviously, as well, and my fire team at home who might be listening.
Weapons team is really excited about attunement because it
Yeah.
it gives players
Still trying to
some
figure out how
control
to
of the drops that they get,
connect my thing to
but it
this.
retains the excitement of those drops. Like you will get your Blast Furnace dropping from the chest. You don't have to go and focus it.
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
Which we love that.
Actually, also too is you guys are also players of the game. Chris, were there any roles or weapons in particular where it was just your personal favorite that you had a lot of fun with in a playtest, or?
Probably of these weapons, my favorite is Blast Furnace.
Yeah.
With that classic scope and the role that I've got on mine, the role that I'm going to try and get in retail,
Yeah.
is Headseeker Kill Clip, which is like just really nasty in PvP.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to. I'll put another few hundred hours in Crucible.
I'll be right there with you, honestly. The moment I can put Dead Man's Tail down again, then that will be the one that'll pick up immediately.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely have to stream this
Kelsey,
again
also, too,
sometime
you
this
know, I
week.
know we were talking a little bit earlier. You've been deep into
Try
the
to get
Onslaught
back
playtests
into the flow of the
as well.
game.
So that means in addition to the Brave Arsenal, you've got
Try to get some
everything
better
else in your
weapons, try to get my
control.
light
What
up.
are some cool builds you've been working on, honestly, to go ahead and really emphasize?
Might be a
these new
good
weapons?
idea.
Yeah, I've been really enjoying Solar Warlock. I found is really fun in Onslaught because you can find a lane and just completely nuke it if you get your like unlimited grenades going. You can just completely destroy. So I've been really partial to Luna's Howl.
Fair.
Yeah, I tend to get a little feral, a little too excited. Sometimes having like heal clip on it or something can
Yeah, I don't play as a Warlock
give
lady.
me that extra
Fighting all the
staying
way.
power I need to keep that ADU up.
It's part of, you got to be in the fight as much as you possibly can. And I say that partially as a Void Hunter who crutches on invisibility and runs away right away. So I understand and respect the hustle that I don't end up having. Also, too, we got a question from chat from Lil Camino, I think is how you pronounce the name. My mistake if you didn't get it correct. But just to reiterate, will these weapons be attainable after the final shape arrives?
Yes, the base weapons will be, but the limited edition variants with those sweet ornaments will not.
Excellent. All right. So again, make sure you go ahead and dive on in once Into the Light is here, and make sure you get that I was there card. More
Figured
or less,
Ninja jump's
again,
pretty cool.
Myself.
I'm surprised it didn't add that
So also
sooner.
too is I heard you guys mention briefly curated roles as well, because kind of like a part of the quest process, was it with Shaxx or our site rather?
With our site, yes.
Thank you. That's right. So is this ones that you guys have set up where it's like this is the go-to?
Playing
This is
the original Final
one of our
Fantasy 12?
favorites, or
The original one that
what's the
started it
process
all?
about building those
Hey, that's
curated
sup.
roles?
Yeah, we try to deliver something which
Hope you're
is
enjoying that.
like an extremely good role, not necessarily the single perfect role, because we want you to have a reason to go in and get excited for those drops.
Yeah.
But like we would say, they're a 70-80% god roll.
Yeah.
I wish this new content was out already. I just want to play this.
Yeah.
And also too is remember everyone we're getting 100 more vault slots once the final shape comes out. So go ahead and just farm away. Now's the time. Sorry, Kelsey, were you going to say something more?
Yeah, we also just wanted to make sure people weren't completely at the mercy of RNG when it comes to getting these limited edition variants. So if you log in, you do those quests at our site, you can get one guaranteed copy of a limited edition of each weapon with that curated role.
Yeah. See, we're getting, again, I think, obviously, Tom is here in the heat of battle, so to speak, but the origin trait, we just got another question about, actually. So for the
Heat of
folks
battle,
at
I think he
home,
just cleared
it's
it out.
Indomitability, or?
Yes.
Thank you, all right. And that one, can you, again, walk through that origin trait for us one more time?
Yeah, so on Final Blows, it grants you grenade energy if you're running a light subclass.
Here we go, we got it on screen.
Yeah, there we go. So yeah, which would be Arc Void or Solo.
Oh, you got one of those emulators, Yashwin?
Running a Darkness subclass, which would be Stasis or Strand.
Got it. Okay.
That's
So
decent. I
go
think I
ahead and
have
set
like
to
2 of the
main
Final
ball
Fantasy
that
games for my
you're
PS2 as well.
Yeah. There's a more
I've never
general-
played them though.
Sorry, I got it wrong out of the gate. All right, let's see here. And also, too, actually, you know,
I have a ton
we
of games
talked
for my
kind of at the
PS2 I've never
beginning about
played.
What it was like to sort of pare down this list of weapons down to 12. Can you tell us a little bit about that process? I can't imagine it was anywhere near as simple.
12 was a really small number when you're looking at that set of weapons. And if
Yeah.
we'd gone by lists on the internet or even internally,
Yeah.
could easily have ended up being half hand cannons. We had to restricted ourselves to 2.
Fair.
There were a lot that could easily have made the cut that we
Yeah.
just couldn't.
Oh, that new Sparrow is
I mean,
so
honestly, though,
sick.
between Midnight Coup and Luna's Howl, like a very, very solid cast to go ahead and come out of the gate here with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What is he, like the Silver Surfer?
They,
Yeah, we definitely wanted to get that spread of experience across the first few years of Destiny 2 as well.
Yeah, honestly, and also too is even recalling all the way back to the Black Armory. That's I think a set of weapons that so many of us think back to so fondly. Again, I think one of the goals here was to go ahead and retain that original feel. You guys went ahead and added in a bunch of new perks. Can you tell us what that process was like in terms of making sure those perks matched up with that feel of the weapon?
Yeah, and in cases where we have multiple weapons in the same archetype shipping, so we've got 2 pulse rifles, 2 hand cannons, we assigned those to different designers and made sure that the roles that they occupy in the sandbox were sufficiently different. We also would look at the most popular roles that the weapons had originally and make sure that those still appear on the weapons. It meant having to redesign some perks, which would be too strong in today's sandbox.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But yeah, and then introducing, like when you go and you look at a blast bonus in your vault or something, you're like, man, I wish I could roll X perk that came out after that, right?
Yeah.
And made sure we put a few of those in there as well.
Yeah, and there's also, I'm not sure if we've seen it on screen yet, but there's
I don't think I've ever heard that game,
perk
Yashwin.
that'll be joining
Not sure
this
if I know what that
build as
is.
well, won't there?
Yeah, there is. There's in this build, it's called Last Stand. The shipping name is different.
Yeah.
But
That's basically you got an
that's a
emulator, though.
pretty sweet perk.
I don't know nothing about
The,
that kind of stuff.
Description of that when Tom was out of danger.
Which weapon is that?
There was one. It was on Blast Furnace, I think. Yeah.
Let me get a shot.
Oh, there we go. All right, well, we'll let him defend himself
Yes,
briefly.
yes.
But we do have a couple questions from chat as well. So there's one that asks, Flo's Knuckles, I believe. There we go. Can we grind Onslaught multiple times for multiple drops? I'm assuming this is just go ahead and dive on it and grind to your heart's content.
Yes, you'll be getting weapons every run. You'll also be getting currency from shacks that you can bring back, and you can throw in.
So
the
this is
chests that I showed
basically
you, so you can
for
just
like
keep opening
grinding
the
out
chests.
like new weapons and
Yeah, just keep going.
god rolls and
Honestly, yeah,
stuff.
go ahead and
That's
chase that roll, whatever you want.
what it started to seem like.
Also, too, one more quick question from chat. Mega125358, pardon me, Mega, asks, can you take the limited edition ornament off and put it on another copy of the weapon, or is it just on that one weapon?
So you can remove it. You can't put it on something else.
Cool.
It's locked to the weapon that it dropped on.
Makes sense, yeah. I mean, honestly, when it looks that good, you just gotta go ahead and stick with what you got, you know?
Yeah, if players have a favorite shader that they want to put on a weapon, they can remove it and put the shader on.
Yeah, that's true.
Can't shade the ornament.
You can go ahead and photo finish it up to your heart's content, obviously, that opportunity. Or super black, obviously, when the time arrives. All right, let's see. So, Tom, what are you running right now?
I've just been hopping around with all the weapons here. Now I've got Blast Furnace and LC's rifle on. I know double primary isn't always meta, but
We're gonna make it meta for the sake of this.
they're both
particular lost sector.
pretty solid weapons.
For purposes of illustration.
Now here's that new perk that you both were talking about, Last Stand. On
Again, reminder, this
Blast
name will be
Furnace.
changing in the live version.
Yep.
Yeah, so weapon final blows grant bonus damage. Melee and grenade final blows grant a larger damage bonus that can stack. So once you get this perk really rolling, it's very strong.
Yeah.
You can sustain it.
Nice way to go ahead and clear out a bunch of red bars and then take down that yellow bar with ease if
Yep.
you go ahead and do everything correctly.
Yeah, it ties nicely into the origin trait as well, because the origin trait grants you energy for your abilities, and then you get bonus damage for getting ability final blows.
Yeah, really creates creates that loop, honestly.
Oh, that's also a PS2 game as well? I can see if my local game shop has it.
Yourself, frankly.
Like you said, if not, I could always just watch gameplay.
Let's
Some.
see here. Actually, also too is, I know we touched obviously on Chris's personal favorite being Blast Furnace. Kelsey, was there anything when you saw this land back on the list of the Brave Arsenal where you were like, finally, that one's back?
I was real excited about Lynn as hell.
I mean, that's just smart, honestly. That just makes sense. Tom, how about you? Is there anything in particular that obviously having taken such a big hand in helping design and sort of define all this stuff, what are your favorite weapons and roles that have come out of this?
I'm pretty basic, pretty easy. I really am excited about Recluse and Mountaintop.
Yeah.
Like I just love that combo of being able to like get in close with an SMG and get the damage perk going and feeling really powerful, and then being able to switch to the grenade launcher.
Too bad they're not adding a
some
auto rifle though.
Little mini rockets.
Kinda sucks.
And be able to play around with getting a little more airborne is just like, it's just fun.
I can already imagine some Strand Hunter doing that above me and then immediately diving on top of me in the crucible.
And I look forward to like, not accidentally blowing myself up, but it's a lot harder to do now. Like I remember with Mountaintop back in the day, I would just like shoot my feet on purpose and like, it was usually like an instant death. And so you can really get a lot more up close and personal with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my one problem with grenade launchers.
I can already see a Tommy.
I was always blowing myself up with them.
Just floating up there in the sky as a warlock, just murdering everyone. But that is to say, now there's an opportunity for more than just warlocks to be the floating weapon platforms out there in the game. Yeah. I know, Kelsey. I'm sorry. we can
No, there's
share-
probably not too much longer to this
we can share
stream.
the abilities.
They said it's probably gonna be like 30 minutes to an hour. We've been here like 45 minutes already.
How super effective it is.
There's probably not too much more of this.
You launch yourself way up into the air.
Yeah.
Switch over to Manticore.
Yeah.
And you can just hover around.
Just seems like a fever dream I had one time, honestly. Also, too, for the folks at home that may not have seen the Manticore kind of redesign, can you tell us a little bit, too, about how the intrinsic perk on that works now?
Yeah, so it's the base functionality, the way
That dude up
use it
top is just so
fairly
zoned out
simple.
playing
We've,
that right now.
tightened up, its activation, so it will no longer activate if you're running downstairs and that kind of thing, which is pretty irritating. You can also just deactivate it by holding reload. And
That's my
with
face,
special
playing games on stream,
animation.
basically.
Before you had to wait for it to expire or like switch off the weapon.
Yeah.
And then the catalyst, instead of just giving you damage resistance, now gives you a void overshield, which
Oh, nice.
Of course, also gives you damage resistance, but
Yeah.
can tie into void builds in a pretty synergistic way.
Very nice, honestly. Yeah, between that, Devour, the whole nine, obviously, there's going to be a lot of mobile weapon.
Survivability is wild. It also decreases enemy accuracy against you, similar to the always on time Sparrow. So
Yeah.
you've got a ton more like damage resistance. You've got an overshield, and enemies are missing you all the time. So it's combined with being able to launch yourself up into the air easily with Mountaintop. It's good fun.
That's also too, actually. We got a question from chat that is, what's the difference between the new perk and Golden Tricorn? They sound pretty similar.
They do have kind of similar functionality. The big one is that the Golden Tricorn bonus is large, but doesn't stack once you get it. So the uptime on the new perk, whose name
They're really nerding out about these perk stuff though.
is that the
Getting really in depth with it.
Excellent. Okay, makes sense. Also, too, it's we got another chat as well. Chat question for me, I should say. Will the weapon ornaments for Luna's Howl and the Recluse be equipable for the new versions of those weapons?
Yes, they will.
Oh, awesome.
Both for the
that's
base
pretty sweet.
versions and for the variants, you can equip any ornaments that you've got. Players have already noticed that some of those.
At least the ornaments are still basically universal with them.
In the Bright Dust Storm.
For anyone out there that might go ahead and check through the databases, they might have noticed something potentially.
Yep.
Yeah, we can't say yes or no, but maybe. Firm maybe, certainly. Excellent.
I mean,
All right,
it
so
is
we're-
Bungie. They're known for making
You're doing a
mistakes.
Good job here, Tom. I got to say, it seems like you're making some pretty good, quick work of these lost sectors.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like he's played them before.
Maybe once or twice, potentially. You never know.
I did work on EDZ. It's been a
Oh, are
while,
these
though.
new ones?
So,
Or these
actually
old
also
lost
too, you know,
sectors?
as you've kind of been helping sort of build a lot of what Into the Light is going to be, you know, what was the role that these weapons played? Like, why is Shaxx choosing now to go ahead and re-equip us with this particular set of antiquities?
And part of the idea is that it's like this forbidden arsenal, right? The things that aren't, that we've kind of set aside, at least in the Crucible and other spaces, and now in this kind of dire time with our backs against the wall, we need to, you know, kind of set aside those conventions and you know, really take every advantage we can in the fight against the Witness, and kind of like.
I don't know why he's talking about Crucible.
Players in this moment,
They don't care about
Into the
Crucible. They
Light,
never
you know,
update it,
it's
fix
a great
it.
time to hop in and play if you haven't been playing.
Toxic there.
Or if you want to catch up, and we're going to give you the weapons you need to be ready for the final shape. Like as long as you show up every week,
Yeah, this is gonna be like a very good
you're gonna
catch-up
get,
season.
like an incredible arsenal.
Like I was saying before, it's gonna be a great time to jump in and play if you haven't
Some
yet.
of the meta heavy grenade launchers. You can just walk in and get edge transit and like be like competitive already.
Yeah. And also too, I just got word from back at home that also Noah is apparently back at home after last week's stream in chat, cheering everyone on. So if everyone out there wants to give him a quick yeah, great in chat, now's the time. He's listening. Excellent. Alrighty.
I really like auto-loading hoster on Mountaintop.
Oh yeah.
It's, I mean, I've
Feels
got,
strong.
yeah, I've got a Fighting Lion, Pardon Our Dust loadout that obviously hinges pretty heavily on auto-loading holster because I never want to stop shooting any grenades. I'm one of those. I'm sorry, everyone. We're getting some love for Noah in the chat. All right, love to see it.
Yeah, the devs are total
So
tryhards
also
in this
too,
game.
Actually, you know, over the course of developing kind of this new reward structure, was there anything about it where you're
course
like,
they
"All right,
are.
this is the moment. Like Onslaught is set up just right. Like, what was it like, kind of building this structure for players to go ahead and just reinvest in? I guess.
Yeah. I think when we finally got the loot explosion going, 'cause
Yeah.
there was this whole conversation and how we want it to feel when you open the chest and all this stuff, and all these people working together doing tech stuff to make sure it all worked great and everyone doing their part, and then, you know, finally getting in there and just running through and seeing everything just
Yeah.
like, I guess all of your work just like flying through the air in space was just really satisfying, and it really felt like it was coming together. I'm also really partial to when we start getting more icons and world art coming in.
I really wish I knew how to
tangible. When Shaxx finally had the guns in
link
his
my thing
hands
for these
and
rewards.
and all the hollow Shaxxes for a while, they're just like
right.
this, you know.
Did you guys have that vision of the Hollow Shaxxes like right away? You were like, this is how we want it to be, or was it just, what was the evolution of that space like when you guys were building it?
We got to, it was really fun working with world art and all this stuff.
No idea how that works though.
We had a bunch of people in the room, everyone who's dedicated to the space in some capacity, and we were just brainstorming together and laughing and coming up with all these fun ideas. So it was a huge collaborative process, and I think that's what's so magical about working in games, is you get to work with all these people who know all these things that you don't. and make something so cool and awesome.
Yeah. Actually, also too, we got one more quick question from chat that caught my eye. Is the Master of Arms perk as powerful as before?
No, it's had to be toned down a little bit.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still very strong. But yeah, that original version is pretty wild.
Kind of in a league of its own, certainly.
Yeah, I have no idea how this works.
All right, Tom. So what's your strat right now? Is it basically just Old West gunslinger?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a chance to play with all these guns either, so I'm just having
You're
fun
just
over
testing
here.
them
Like,
out.
you guys can do your stream over there. I'm just gonna play with Midnight Coup here, which just feels so snappy and crispy. Like I just gotta point it in the right direction, and it
This
does
one
a lot
has
of the work.
explosive rounds and kinetic tremors. Is that what it has? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you can just, you don't even really need to be that accurate, I guess, with this roll. I can just kind of shoot around enemies. And
Make
it
them
does-
dance like in the Old West.
Pretty sure this
Like
is
an
still
Old
the
West.
highest aim assist of any legendary hand cannon in the game too.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah.
That's what are some roles, by the way? So obviously, I think they each kind of have their different PvP and PvE flavors. But in the PvE trenches, are there any roles in particular with this new kind of set of perks that you were really caught off guard by or surprised by?
I mean, Firefly Kinetic Tremors is really, really strong.
Just gonna light 'em up?
That's actually the role that Noah was running
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah, he was making it look pretty good,
Yeah,
thankfully.
he's smart.
And Noah's all right at the game, as it turns out.
Yeah. What else? I think the
Yeah, that gun's
role
pretty
we've got
sick.
here on Edge Transit,
Not bad.
Which is
Good work that yell bar.
left column.
Yeah.
Being able to just like mag dump
Yeah.
a whole drum grenade launcher, it's really strong.
Yeah.
The burst damage potential is wild.
And also, too, actually, another question from chat. To get the double perk rolls on the weapons, do you have to do higher level onslaughts, or is there a chance for them to drop with double perks in each column regardless?
There is always a chance. Those are the limited
Okay.
edition variants. Yeah.
There's always
And
a
also,
chance.
too,
It's
just
pretty cool.
A quick reminder is the quests from from our site, rather. Those ones have a higher chance of giving you one of the limited edition variants, or?
Those give you the curated ones, right? The
Yes,
Curated?
those
That's
are
right,
the
thank
curated
you.
ones. So pretty much that's a guarantee that you can get them. But anytime you get a brave weapon, there's a chance that it will have the double perks and the awesome appearance on it. So
Nice.
that was actually a really fun thing. Once it kind of got that implemented, playing through the first time, you just
So
naturally
doing these
got
is
one.
basically
Like,
gonna
if
be
you have
totally
things
worth
like,
it.
Oh, I got
Hopefully.
one. I got
Yeah.
a limited edition.
At least for
one.
weapons.
It's just a really fun.
It's
fun
kind of
feeling.
even just that excitement of like when you're.
Alright, I guess we'll have to grind that out.
Farm or whatever the case is, and you're checking through all the guns that are sitting in your mailbox, and you're just like, oh, that initial set of rolls is pretty cool, and then you click in, and you're like, wait, I can curate this to exactly what I want it to be. Like that moment's always pretty rewarding, honestly. So yes. So
The Sparrow's
quick
so
reminder to
sweet.
everyone in chat. So the Brave Arsenal will be able to drop from Onslaught at every stage. Was it every 10 levels?
Yes, every set.
Excellent. Okay, set. Thank you very much. All right. See, this is a weird.
So it is like a wave mode.
All right,
Cool.
Tom. What's next on the list? Which lost sector is going to wilt against your powers?
I think I'm gonna go, and I don't know what it's called, but it's on the top of the rocks here, I think, right? That's where it's at? I'm trying to remember.
I think so. You just go ahead and drop on down in.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Those fallen aren't going to be safe for long.
Oh sweet, I just got one of the emblems. That's decent.
It's true. That would. Who could possibly do that? That's what we have the mountaintop to do.
Now I have to watch for
To do
3
the
hours to
for
get the
us,
other
we
one,
kills on ourselves.
which I don't think we're gonna be able to do that.
Oh, wrong way.
I didn't watch on
This is the right way.
And actually, also
The last
so
one on Twitch,
a
I
lot
watched
of
on
questions in
YouTube.
Chat about the pools of perks that are going to be available, the weapons that are going to be available. You and your team over on the weapons team have also gone ahead and authored a blog that will be hitting Bungie.net tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, that's going to list out all of the weapons and all of the perks.
Okay,
that
so
you
new
can
blog
get.
tomorrow?
So,
Yeah.
no
good to
mystery
know.
about the perk rules as of tomorrow.
Yeah, excellent. So there will be plenty of opportunities for all the build crafters out there to go ahead and go nuts and kind of imagine their most exciting opportunities, really. Actually, so also too, we've talked a lot about the Brave Arsenal. Let's go ahead and touch on the parade set again. What was kind of the inspiration behind that set and kind of bringing it forward now? This is kind of like a first full circle moment rather.
That
than
guy
a
playing is
mention,
just having
but,
so much fun
why
right
is
now.
Shaxx choosing now to equip us with this armor set.
I frankly wasn't as involved in those kind of
No,
conversations.
it's okay.
Chilling.
It was actually really
Here we go.
fun. Beautiful. Kind of waiting to see how we're gonna end up looking in the end because we weren't
Yeah.
really sure right away which armor set we were getting, and we
Here
were
we
just
go.
so excited to see him in the
That's clean.
see them in the chest.
Yeah, it was. I think honestly that first look at them in the key art. You know, obviously there was an initial glimpse,
Yeah.
and it's weird because
Yeah, I actually have it on the background in silent right now.
Immediately captivated by Onslaught. Immediately captivated.
I don't think
by
this
like,
stream's gonna be 3 hours long.
That Warlock's hands? Who
I
knows?
think we'll probably get like another
Bring
10
back
minutes out of
those
this,
favorites. I
honestly.
get so much nostalgia for that parade armor set.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be doing this
Like,
too much
updating a little
longer.
bit, like, I still run the parade armor sets on my character from
Yeah.
time to time. So
Gotta have that classic look, obviously.
Transmog, yeah.
And
I
obviously
really
getting
like that
a chance to
shader.
chase down
It's
some
so
people
nice.
Doesn't hurt either.
Looks very cool when you break it out of containment. Won't say much.
Excellent. Alrighty.
I want to see some new armor. That's what I want to
So let's
see.
go ahead and take one more quick run through. So this, is there anything else actually? So I know we've had a chance to walk through the Brave Arsenal. Tom, in particular on your side, you know, we've gone ahead and kind of gone around the horn over here. Is there anything about this kind of new set of weapons and sort of the role they play in Into the Light that's got you excited about kind of the overall sandbox now that we're going to have available to us?
I'm really excited about a lot of these weapons are they're not god rolls, but they're pretty close to it. Like if you show up every week and you do the weekly quest, you're going to get something that is really pretty powerful.
That's cool.
And
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do
it's,
that.
It's going to be like, for example, just looking at like the Hammerhead here, it's got rampage and killing tally on it. That's just incredible.
Never stops
like for PvE, it just never stops firing, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then you're also increasing damage every time you take an enemy out, which is cool. And I could look at each one of these weapons too, and they like, I think we might have glossed over it earlier, but the Edge Transit with Cascade Point, like you get a kill, and then you can dump the whole mag in like 2 or 3 seconds, which is.
I think all this is coming next month, I believe.
And I think people are going to find a lot of great.
Could be wrong about
synergies
that
between
though.
These weapons, like I was even like Mountaintop, Recluse, and Cascade Edge Transit felt great. Like I could like use the SMG, like that while my Mountaintop is reloading, and then
I think they'll say at the end of
those
the stream
activates
though,
Cascade
when all
Point,
is
and I can
actually
swap over and
dropping.
dump the mag for Edge Transit, and like I could see similar things with Hammerhead, and for Barons, or with Elsie's rifle.
Yeah.
And then like there's also just some classic weapons here that I really miss that I'm really excited for Blast Furnace to be back, and I'm excited to see what it does to the meta with these being like relevant in the power game again and being something that is accessible to players new and old.
Yeah. Someone who spends a lot of time in the Crucible, I'm terrified already. Proctor, thank you very much for all the
Yeah,
hard
we
work
don't
on
play
that.
Crucible here.
To you and
That's
yours,
not for me.
obviously. All right, so I think we're probably getting to a point now. We've gone ahead and checked out the rewards. We've checked out the new social space. We've checked out the Brave Arsenal. It's probably about time for us to go ahead and start wrapping things up here. Mr. Tom Farnsworth.
Yeah, I
you get the
figured they'd be
opportunity
ending
to
here
go and
shortly.
join us.
Yeah, that's a good
Relinquish
idea,
your
Coffee. I
hold
should have done
over the
that.
World, obviously. This is so fast. Your jump ship was right in orbit, wasn't it?
Right here.
I hear it's lovely this time of year out there in the Throne World.
Yeah, I mean everyone's at Noah and.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna do a quick recap and they'll probably end it after
We
that.
can use some sword logic later to expand it when the time comes, but for right now. we've
And
got
I'll
a
probably
great
end it
job.
after that as well.
Well, for starters,
We'll make some food.
thank you all so much for taking time to join us to talk us through, obviously, the Hall of Champions, talk us through the Brave Arsenal, through everything with Into the Light. It's been a great show, so thank you guys for starters for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, thanks.
Absolutely. And also, too, as a quick reminder, again, to everyone, we'll be back next week, the same Bungie time, same Bungie place, to have another live stream about everything, or some more stuff coming with Destiny 2 Into the Light. Including
Yeah, so
some
next
exotic
Tuesday we got one more
mission,
stream left.
some exotic mission content and the craftable weapons that'll be available to them. Chat, I saw you
Awesome.
mentioning some stuff about that potentially, so come back next week. Also, we'll be going to go ahead and walk through the PvP map pack as well. So if you want to see everything that's going to be coming in those 3 maps, next week will be your time. And there might be a few more additional surprises that we'll have in store for you. Never know, but and also to.
You
the
say
final
they're
one we're gonna
actually
go ahead and make
releasing
sure
new
we close with
PvP
is,
maps? That's
as a quick
crazy.
Reminder, of course, with the arrival of the final shape, you'll be able to get 100 more slots in your vault. As you can go ahead and see here on camera, we put it to good use ourselves. We had some Edge Transit rolls. We knew that this was the time and place to go ahead and slot them in there. So we now have those, thankfully, in safekeeping now for the arrival of the Witness.
Ready.
Never hurts. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so much for taking the time to join us today. We'll see you back here next week at the same Bungie time, same Bungie place. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And like he was saying, we have another live stream next week for this. I believe that's the last one they're doing to like show stuff off for the new content and all that. But I believe the new content's coming next month. I'm not 100% on that though. I have to look into it. I wish they'd bring the Dreadnought back. That'd be insane coffee. But yeah, not yet. But when this content drops, that's gonna be a great time for new players to come in, or even old players to come in and try to catch up. Because I guess they're doing a thing, so it's just easier to level up or something like that. So I'd highly recommend checking it out if you guys don't play Destiny, because it's free to play now. But we probably are about to end it there. I need to go make some food. I'm absolutely starved. But thank you guys for hanging out today. I appreciate you guys. And if you have any, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button, subscribe, and join us on Discord to stay notified. But I'll most likely talk to you guys tomorrow. But much love, and peace out.